Myles Garrett, Browns defensive end, talked about what he thought about their defensive performance against the Ravens.
Embarrassing. And we got to be better on defense. We got to be better as a team. They slowly chipped away. We did a solid job, holding it to 3 when we could, and then eventually, the dam broke, and then they just did whatever they wanted, and we have to continue to play a 60-minute game. I mean, at the end of the day, if they don't score, they don't win. We have to continue to hold them to 3 points or 0 points whenever we can, no matter if it's backed up, short field, red zone. We have to hold ourselves to that standard. And, we would love for them to put up 6 or 7 every time they touch the ball, but realistically, that's just not going to be the case. That's not going to happen on any team. So we got to make up for that whenever we can. We got to take the ball away, which we didn't do. I mean, if you look at time of possession, they didn't have the ball that often. Yeah, I feel like when they did, they had either 3 and outs, or there were a bit of longer drives, but I feel like they scored quick in the opportunities that they had, and I wouldn't say it was us being out there for too long. I feel like we were on the field for longer against Cincinnati, but when we're out there, we've got to make those plays.
Pete, what'd you think? I thought the defense played pretty well. I mean, there was the block punt, there was the scoop and score. The offense, it just isn't right. So, they held Derrick Henry in check. Lamar Jackson's Lamar Jackson. Here's the thing. They're playing Jordan Love and the Packers. That's going to be the easiest quarterback they've faced through the first 3 games. Think about that for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're going to compare the Browns defense against 2023, and that was historic. And part of the reason it was historic was because the Browns dominated a lot of quarterbacks who were not good, or they faced backups. So now they are playing really good defense, and this was my worry coming into the season, is the Browns defense would actually be better, but it wouldn't be necessarily reflected in the statistics because they're facing better players. Obviously they are accustomed to facing Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson twice a year, but they're about to face Jordan Love and Jared Goff and some of these other quarterbacks and offenses that can do a lot more damage. And they can be great for a whole lot of the game and make one mistake, and that's all it takes. And unfortunately, they were really good for a lot of this. Now, Jim Schwartz is going to be upset with the red zone efficiency, although the 1 goal line stand was outstanding. They are getting incredible play from a defensive line, which is far more balanced than it ever has been. The linebacker play is really good. Devin Bush probably had his best game as a Brown. Carson Schwessinger continues to be good from that end. Grant Delpit was great. Bronny Hickman, I thought, had some missteps. Greg Newsome continues to be solid. I mean, at some point, when you play this much man coverage, when you can't get to the quarterback, which happened on some of these, he's eventually going to beat man coverage. It's just how this works. And that, unfortunately, that's where they're at. I don't know that they're ever going to have enough corners to just be able to cover forever in those circumstances. So when you get your opportunities, you have to make them count. That doesn't mean they aren't going to continue to strive to get better, but we can get, I can get annoyed at some of the things we're seeing, and Cameron Mitchell and Ronnie Hickman mistakes and some of these other things. But this is not the reason the Browns are losing football games.